I just scheduled another class for Sunday. I teach every day at 9 o'clock East Coast time, for those of you who are new to me. And I was kind of on the fence, like, okay, are we going to do another muladhara chakra class? And I just decided, yes, we are. We're going to do another one on Sunday because there's still so much to dig into here. And hey, Tanya. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to have Anand speak for a moment about the importance of what we're doing here. And let me see if I can get to go backwards for a second. Doing this on my iPhone is a little bit, there we go. Okay, so this is, for those of you who are like, who's that? I've been studying the path to radical self-mastery with a wonderful teacher named Anand Mehrotra. And this is, we're just going to listen to about a minute of it, but he talks about the importance of balancing our root chakra. So we're going to listen to him just for, it'll be like literally like 75 seconds, and then we'll start moving. So while you're listening here, why don't you start rolling the neck?
These qualities are a natural product as we go towards the journey of self-mastery. So as we take a look at the root chakra where the element is earth, and it is the seat of the great Kundalini. Now when we are speaking of the Kundalini, what it means is the infinite potential of being. And why do each and every one of us have an infinite potential? Why? Because this individual expression of self, and those of you who have done our first course where we speak about the 3 levels of self, you are aware of how this individualized expression of self, Atman or Jiva, at its base is cosmic. Like the wave arising from the ocean, at the base is ocean. See? And this ocean has infinite potential. So the wave, as it has deeper and deeper access to the depth of the ocean, it gets greater and greater power, greater and greater ability, greater and greater presence. So when we speak of Muladhara Chakra being the seat of infinite potential, we are speaking of our own cosmic self. That's what the Kundalini represents. And this is also, interestingly, Muladhara, the seat of infinite potential, and also the seat of fear.
The seat of fear.
So at the base of...
So, pretty cool, huh? All right, I told you it would just be about 75 seconds. So, welcome, Sharia Lee. Oh, from the Berkshires. I go to Kripalu. I try to go to Kripalu every year. I obviously missed last year. Ohayou gozaimasu, Mika-san. So that was Anand. For those of you who are added in a little bit late, and you might be like, what's Laura doing? That was Anand Mehrotra. I changed the angle of our screen. So just as we are coming to the mat, rolling the head on the neck, okay, coming here into the body, and I invite you to drop down, okay, dropping down. We've already talked about the importance of slowing down. And I'll get our music started in just a second. So the importance of slowing down, so feeling your feet here on the earth. I'm signing in so that I'll be able to see your comments from the mat. Feeling into this body, slowing down. If you don't slow down, we wind up having this reality of continuing on autopilot. So when we slow down, that's when we have the opportunity to witness our lives, to be more mindful, okay? So feel the feet rooting down, palms shine forward, shoulders are down the back. Rooting down into this life. Another breath. And let's inhale those arms out and up, reach up, lift up. You can be at the head of the mat, I'm turned to face you, and bring the hands down the midline, softening those knees, and really feel yourself just being present here. Inhaling those arms out and up, reach up, lift up. Exhale the hands down the midline. So thinking about Anand's words, Inhale those arms out and up. Knowing that we are part of something larger than ourselves, arching open. I love that analogy that he uses, as if the universal consciousness, the quantum realm, whatever it is that speaks to you, that sense of being connected to something bigger than us, it's as if it's an ocean bending in the opposite direction. And we, these individual souls that we inhabit, are like a wave, right? So we're coming out of the ocean. Inhale, lift up, reach up. And then exhale, dive down. Coming into your Uttanasana, forward fold. Soften those knees. Arms hang heavy. Head hangs heavy. Maybe a gentle sway. Just relaxing down, dropping down. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. And exhale, release down. And step the right leg back. Thank you, Debbie and Mika, for your donations. I appreciate y'all. So the left knee is right over the left ankle. Shoulders are down the back. Pouring energy down that right leg, out the heel. And then drop the knee down, allowing the knee to just relax. Allow the hips to relax. And I invite you to just close the eyes and feel into the body. Karma is circling right now. That's my old dog. She's tip-tapping around. Hopefully she'll settle down. Dropping down into the body. Set those hips back, toes stay down on the left. I haven't gotten our music started since we were listening to Anand, so we'll get it started in a moment. Inhale forward. Hey Siri, open YouTube. Just for those of you, I need to unlock my iPhone first. For those of you who practice with me a lot, I virtually always listen to Meditative Mind on YouTube.
See these plastic totes right here?
See these plastic totes? Gotta listen to the ad first. All right, skip that ad. So coming forward. There we go. There's our music. And exhale it back, toes rise up, folding over that leg. So the invitation, slowing down, right? Slowing down. Curl the back toes under. Ground the hands and step it back. Because when we rush around, when we fill up our lives with so much stuff, it means that, we lose the opportunity to be mindful. Or it becomes a lot harder. A lot harder. Breathing here in your down dog. And then drop those knees down. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and lift into your cat. And arch into your cat. Just rolling back and forth. And feeling yourself being present. So in Anand's lecture, he mentioned that the root chakra, muladhara chakra, it's the seat of our infinite potential, and it's our seat of fear. And he also talks about Brahma Granti, which is, Granti in Sanskrit means not, as in K-N-O-T, not. So we have this fear locks up a tremendous amount of energy at our root. Inhale, lift. exhale, plug those hands in, curl the toes, lift the hips down, dog. So at the heart of it, to balance muladhara chakra, at the heart of it, we need to have greater trust in life, greater trust in the universe. And you can think of this trust as trust. You can think of it as faith, depending on what speaks to you. Belief. You know, and I mentioned this briefly yesterday. Another breath here in your down dog. And then step that right foot forward. Coming into your high runner's lunge on this side. Hands frame the foot. Pour energy down that left leg, out the heel. And then drop the knee down. You know, because I've been listening to his lecture over and over again on muladhara chakra. I've been thinking a lot about fear. And I mentioned this briefly yesterday, you know, about how our pranamaya kosha, set those hips back, fold over the leg. It's our energetic body. And this isn't just, you know, and when I say just, please don't take offense, inhale forward, you know, yogic stuff. You know, our energetic body can be measured. You can go into a lab and measure the energy that comes off the body, okay, our subtle anatomy. So a lot of the stuff that the yogis knew for millennia, exhale back, the toes rise up, folding over that leg, is being more and more validated scientifically. Because I can have a critical mind. At times I can have a little bit of that little voice, you know, in the back of my head of, okay, is this really true? Is this real? And the answer is yeah, this is real. Our energetic body is very real. So when we have fear, you know, our body clenches. We constrict, inhale forward. And as a result, our energetic body you know, constricts as well. And things don't flow. Right? Exhale it back, toes rise up again. And inhale forward. So letting go of our fear is so incredibly important for the well-being of our minds, our hearts, for the abundance in our life. We must let go of fear. And that's obviously a big ask. Bring that back knee up and step it forward. Coming into our forward fold. Hang down. Maybe lightly grip the elbows, framing the head. Another breath. And then the arms go soft. Soften those knees and lift it up. Come on up. Shoulders down the back. Somebody's calling me. We just lost our music. Inhale those arms out and up. Reach up, lift up. And again, arch over. Now, you know, we've talked about a lot of things in class, and I've asked a lot of really big questions. I've suggested a lot of pretty big movements, big shifts. And I know that letting go of fear, or you say that like it's so easy. I know it's not easy. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Arms reach out as if you're embracing this idea of trust. And then settle those heels down, root down into the feet. Arms come on up, Utkatasana. Heavy in the heels, light in the toes. Breathing. Another breath. And then come on up again. Onto the balls of the feet. Arms reach up, stretch up. Feel the strength of the legs. Good balance. And then staying on the balls of the feet, come back into kind of that lightning bolt pose, but the arms go back. So we're on the balls of the feet. This is drinking bird. Breathing. Another breath. And then settle the heels down. Lift up. Reach back behind the body, clasping the hands. Roll the shoulders down. Open the heart. Soften those knees. And then come on forward into our yoga mudra. Folding down, breathing into the shoulders, allowing the weight of the arms to maybe drop you a little bit deeper into the pose. Yesterday we talked about where it is in your life that it's easiest for you to trust. And see if there are things that can be learned from that experience. Ways that you can harvest that to bring it into other areas of your life. And then float those hands down onto the sacrum and run them down the back of the legs. Just having that feel really nice, really connecting with this back body, connecting with these legs. The legs are the extension of muladhara chakra. And then just maybe a little gentle tug, soft, slow, pulling yourself deeper into the pose. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. Exhale, come on down. And step it back. Down dog. Head hangs heavy. Roll the head on the neck. And when I say to you, Anand, as part of his lecture, says, there is having trust in the universe because there is nothing to lose. Bringing that right leg back and up. Roll the foot on the ankle. Settle the heel down. And then let's bring that knee in towards the nose. Crunching in. Coming forward so the shoulders are over hands. And then lift it back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. So, Anand says there is nothing to lose in this life. And as I mentioned to you yesterday or the day before yesterday, my brain got pretty chirpy. Like, sure, there are things to lose. My portfolio, my kids, my husband, my house. Bring that leg up. Bring the knee into the right elbow. Leg up. And then knee across the body to the left elbow. And the knee up. Leg up. And then step it forward. Coming into Vira 1. Lift up. And when you get chirpy like that, when you start having that really hard push back, pay attention. Okay? Pay attention. Because that is one of your sore points. For me, it's very often financial. As I shared with you yesterday, breathing here in your Vira 1, and then float over. If you'd like, clasp your hands behind the back and take humble warrior. Now we're laying our torso to the side of the leg. Arms reach up. Breathe in here. So I was definitely raised with a scarcity mindset. I think most of us were. This kind of zero-sum game of, I must hold on. If you're winning, maybe I'm losing. Or is there enough? Is there enough for me here? Is there enough money? Is there enough? So it's a really, really deep sense of insecurity. Flip those arms up. Really open the heart. And then let's step off onto that right foot and take Vrikshasana. So Vrikshasana, this is tree pose. We have a little bit of a bend in that leg, not very much, just a little. We bring the foot onto, this is my left foot, onto the side of the right leg. Now the only place we don't put the sole of the foot is on the side of the knee. Okay? So it can be all the way up here, it can be down on the calf, it can be down here on the floor. Okay? The leg is out to the side, hips are squared forwards. As we breathe, remember, soften that knee, don't hyperextend the standing leg. Hands at the heart space. And then we inhale the arms up. And root down. So when you have that response, when I repeat Anand's words, there is nothing to lose. Aham brahmasmi. I am the universe. I am totality. So how, if I am totality, how can I lose anything? Right? But then our egoic mind, this individual self, step it back, Virabhadrasana 1, snaps to attention, right? Yeah, I've got stuff to lose. Yeah. Again, my money, my car, my blah, 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 right? And that brings us back into that grip. Hands frame the foot. Come on, down dog. So listen to that voice and pay attention to what is it that lights me up. Because bringing mindfulness to that experience is the first step. Even if you're just as clenched, bringing awareness to, what your trigger is, it's the first step. And you slow down and you witness and you talk yourself through it. Another breath here in your down dog. And now your choice, if you want to rest here in dog, come down into child's, or glide into plank. It's already 9:24. That's impossible. This class is flying by. Come on down, knees, chest, chin, Ashtanga Pranam. And then one with the iPad. And then lift up, Bhujangasana. Shoulders down the back. Curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. And then let's glide forward into our plank. Lift the hips into down dog. Float that left leg back and up. Kind of close to my bookshelf today. Allowing the right heel to settle down. And then exhale that knee in towards the midline, towards the nose. And then inhale it up. Stretch it up. Exhale. Up the midline towards the nose. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now exhale, knee towards the elbow. Left elbow in this instance. Inhale it up. And then exhale, cross. Ooh, I need to turn my fan on. I'm getting hot. Inhale, lift. And then again, up the midline. And inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale to the elbow. And up. And across. Diagonal. And up. And then step it forward. Oi, Virabhadrasana 1. Right? Oh, it's so good for us. So good for us. Breathing here in your VR1. Beautiful, open heart. And then we reach back, catch our hands in our yoga mudra. Maybe change the clasp of the hands. So when it comes down to being mindful, another piece of advice that Anand offers us, folding forward into our humble warrior. Laying the torso to the side of the leg, arms reach up, drop the head down, keep the eyes open. Ooh, I almost lost it. Good focused gaze. Another breath. And then float it up, lift it up. Right? So good. that left foot. And then taking Vrikshasana on this side. So grounding that left leg down, bringing the right leg up, sole of the foot on the leg, hands at the heart space. And you can bring those arms up if you'd like. So rooting down, rooting down. So another thing that Anand offers to us, not only slowing down, but mixing things up. He invites us to get outside, to walk barefoot on the earth, to connect to the earth. And he also encourages us to do things differently. Like if you have a habitual way that you drive to work every day, go a different way. Or if you always do a particular thing, it's always pizza on Fridays, have something else on Fridays, have Chinese. Mix it up, because I think the reason he's suggesting this, lifting back into our warrior one, and then hands frame the foot and come on down. Y'all, I gotta turn my fan on. Coming down into your down dog. Yes, I'm one with the fan. Is that we so often live our lives on autopilot. And again, this becomes even worse when we're rushing, when our lives are overly full. Breathing in your down dog. Now your choice if you want to come into child's pose, rest in down dog, or come with me through a vinyasa. Breathing here into your plank. And your choice if you just want to chill in plank, or you can bring your right knee to your elbow and then bring that foot back. Bring your left knee to your elbow and bring it back. Right knee to the elbow, bring it back. Left knee to the elbow, bring it back. Child's pose is starting to sound good, isn't it? Right knee to the elbow and bring it back. Left knee to the elbow and bring it back. And now come on down. Either Chaturanga or Ashtanga Pranam. Y'all know I'm not much of a Chaturanga girl with this left shoulder. Yay. Oh my gosh, Anne, that is perfect. Anne's doing the class outside, y'all. Lifting up into your Bhujangasana. And then come on down. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Take inspiration from Anne. Plugging the hands into the mat. Come on back. Palms press down. Knees. Hips are over the knees, coming into your Anahatasana, puppy dog stretch, as if you're isometrically pulling the hands back towards the heart. Breathing. So yeah, mix it up. Go do yoga outside if you can. That's brilliant. Another breath. Then curl the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Awesome. We didn't do pigeon yesterday, so let's do pigeon. So let's bring our right knee forward, out to the side. Now if you have issues, if you have tweaky knees, I'll give you pigeon on your back in just a second. So for those of you who are in classic Kapotasana, the knee is bent to the side. My knee is all the way to the outer line of my mat. And then take a beautiful back bend, really breathing here into the heart. And then come on down. And if you have a block, or two blocks, depending on how far you come down, it can be really nice to balance your head on the block, okay? If you can keep coming down, that's awesome. Maybe bring the hands up like this. If you can't, if this is kind of the height that you're at, bringing the palms together. The thumbs at the third eye, or you can come all the way down. All right. For those who have tweaky knees, we'll take it on our back. So come on to our back body, right ankle on the left knee, and then we bring the legs in. Okay. And I like to, you can grip the shins, you can grip the back of the leg. I like to put my right hand on my knee as I hold the left knee in. So breathing here into the hips. And think again about, where in my life can I have more trust? Where can I just have greater faith that things are unfolding exactly as they should? And when you notice that something is riling you up, you're having a fear reaction, stop. Stop and breathe and start a dialogue of what you're witnessing. Start first with your physical experience. Oh man, I noticed that I'm grinding my teeth. Oh, I feel my shoulders, they're crawling up towards my ears. My stomach just dropped, or my stomach clenched. I feel like my shoulders are really tight. I'm clenching my fists. Whatever it is, start saying those things to yourself. Noticing them. And then move on and name the emotions that you're feeling, in your mind. Another breath. And then walk those hands up. And then roll onto that right hip. And swing that top leg around. Now this is Ardha Matsyendrasana, and in Ardha Matsyendrasana, this bottom leg isn't so important. So if you notice that you're really tipping to the right, we want our hips to be evenly grounded, extend the bottom leg. Extend the bottom leg straight so that you feel your sits bones evenly grounded. This is my left knee, and I'm wrapping my right arm around my left knee as I twist to the left. Squeeze the knee in, and if you feel a zing down the middle of the glute, that's your piriformis. Say, hello, piriformis. And twist to the left. So next we move on. First we notice our physicality, okay, how this fear is manifesting in the body. And then we start naming what's going on emotionally, okay? We start saying, oh my gosh, my neighbor, just asked me again to water her plants. She's headed out of town. I'm so busy right now. I really don't feel like I have time. But I really love her and I want to be a good neighbor. And if I say no, I'm worried she'll be angry with me. So we say things, we walk things out. We continue to dialogue. I can feel, my anxiety. Bring the soles of the feet together. Lift the hips up. Roll the pelvic bowl forward. If you have a really hard time with tipping the pelvic bowl forward, and if you're kind of like, what does that mean? If you're like this, your pelvic bowl is back, okay? You want the spine to be tall, okay? So if you're having a hard time with the pelvic bowl rolling forward, grab a blanket and get it under your chunky bits, okay? So that the sits bones kind of just push off the blanket just a little bit, and you'll feel that that'll roll your pelvis forward and allow the knees to drop open. Another breath. And then bring this left foot into the groin of the right leg. Right arm comes onto the thigh or the calf. And then we bring that left arm up and over. So first we notice physically how we feel. Then we name it. I'm worried my neighbor will be upset with me. I'm worried that, she won't like me as much. It's hard for me to say no. Another breath. And then float up. Hands come onto the mat and lift up into your down dog. Walk your dog out. And then we step our left leg forward for those of us who are in classic. Allow those hips kind of scooch the knee back, the right knee back, and that'll help bring the hips closer to the mat. Beautiful. Open heart, bend, open. Feel that squeeze through the back body, squeeze through the back waist, and then walk it down. Coming down into your pigeon, the pigeon variation that works for you. Grabbing your block or your blocks if you're up a fair amount, so that you have the ability to melt the forehead down onto the block. So the third part of this, First, we notice what's going on in our body. Then we name the emotion. The last thing we do is we navigate. Okay? So using this same example of the neighbor who's going out of town and asks you to water her plants, you say, okay, I'm going to navigate through this. One of the things when we did that work on saying no, the ability to say no, and one of the phrases we came up with is saying no to you is saying yes to me. One of the tricks that we came up with, and I think it was Jackie who mentioned it, is we say, I've got a really busy couple of weeks coming up. Let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. Okay? Breathing here, because that gets you out of the hot seat of having to say possibly no to someone when you're face to face, which can be really hard. So you say, let me look into it and I'll get back to you. You say it with a smile, and it gives you space to consider. So this is you navigating. Okay, so to my neighbor, next time she asks me this, I'm going to say, hey, let me check my calendar. And then you look at your calendar and maybe you decide, I can do it. Or maybe you decide, walking those hands up, settle the hips down on the left, swing that right leg around. Remember, if you have any issues with being grounded, we straighten the bottom leg, and then we wrap our left arm around the right knee and hug the knee in, stretching the piriformis, fingers tented alongside the hip, and we twist to the right. So maybe you choose that you can do it, but you've taken the time, you've made the deliberation, and you're doing it from a more mindful place. Or maybe you say to the neighbor, hey, is there anyone else you could ask to help you so that I'll do, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because my Tuesdays and Thursdays are really busy, and see what she says. Or you navigate through and you figure out another path. Whatever the example is, you take the time to navigate through mindfully what's best for you. And then we twist a little bit to the left. Bring the soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Nice tall spine. Maybe lean forward a little bit. And now our right heel comes into our left inner thigh. And then we fold over to the left. And so all of these things are about when we have that trigger rising up, how we can navigate through that fear mindfully. All right? And come on down onto the back. Hug those knees into the chest. Roll the feet on the ankles. Snap, crackle, pop. Maybe gently kind of go back and forth on the sacrum if that feels good. Feels good to me. Massaging out the sacrum. And let's take happy baby. So the elbows come to the the inside of the knees. Feet flex and gently draw those knees down. Chin comes into the chest. And as best you can, you'll naturally kind of roll up like a pill bug. That's what I always say. As best you can, try to get that sacrum down. And you're drawing the feet down, getting into those hips. Breathing here in your happy baby. Another breath. And release. Soles of the feet on the earth. And then drop the knees to the right as you look to the left. Bring those knees up and then go the other way. Let's do that again. Just windshield wiper those knees back and forth. And let's do our Kundalini sweep movements of the spine to wrap up practice today. So every time that we do this, we inhale when we bring the knee into the chest, and we exhale on the opposite movement. Because I'm going to allow you to just do this in silence. So we exhale as we twist, looking over the shoulder. Keep that right shoulder down. And then we inhale when we bring the knee into the chest. And then we exhale the leg long, arms go overhead. So one more time, I'll just walk you through on this side, and then we can do it together in silence. Inhale the knee into the chest. Exhale when you twist. Inhale the knee into the chest. Exhale the leg long, arms overhead. So let's do 3 rounds of this at our own pace in silence. And if you notice any place that it feels really good to pause, by all means, do so. And just feel here into, welcoming this idea of you rooting down into trust. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. Repeating that as you just gently unwind the body. I am the universe. I trust the universe. I trust that the universe is manifesting for my highest good. Last 2 sides. And then allow yourself to just melt down, being held by Mother Earth, remembering that Earth is the element of Muladhara Chakra. Its color is red. The Bija mantra is Nam. And just allow yourself to melt down, release down, relax down. So the poem for today is from Dana Faulds, and Dana writes, "It's enough to offer love no matter how imperfectly received or given. It's enough to try and fail at a difficult task, enough to rise and fall, stumble, fall again, sigh, and start to walk, however slowly, in the direction the soul points. It's enough to seek peace and find pain, to gain nothing but a vision of truth and take the long route home. It's enough to feel temptation, the dance of the senses, the hot pull of desire, enough to call on God, walk through fire, sleep and cry and fear or welcome dying. It's enough to be and breathe, to feel the touch of wind on skin. It's enough to take the day as it comes, to watch the ripples on the lake as the rock sinks to the bottom, to see the wild reflection on the surface calm in a mirror once again. It's enough to hear the voice of fear and hide, or seek it out and face the shame or shadows. It's enough to set out to tame demons and watch them multiply instead. It's enough to be buffeted by the winds of change and not blown over. I and you and all of us more than enough. Breathing here in the body. Wiggling fingers and toes coming back to the body. Rolling the hands on the wrists. Rolling the feet on the ankles. Rolling the head on the neck. And then roll over onto the right side and cradle the heart, wrapping your arms around yourself, saying, I am enough. I am enough. I trust that I am enough. I am the universe. I am totality. Therefore, I am certainly enough. And then gently pressing yourself up into an easy seat. Bring the hands to the heart space. And let's take a nice big inhale and we'll Lam out. Lam, the Bija mantra of the root chakra. Nice big inhale. Lam.